I hope you did a great job on that application problem and really showed your thinking. Now, I always go back on our Nearpods and I look at everyone's work, and that gives me ideas of how much you're understanding and how much I can change my lessons to make sure everyone's understanding and knows what to do. So make sure you always show your work so I can see your thinking, because we're not in class, so I can't see what you're doing unless you show me on our Nearpods. So make sure you do a great job, because I always go back and check, and that helps me see who's understanding and if I need to teach things a little differently, okay? So make sure you always show your thinking so I can see it. All right, so with our application problem, there was a table with 12 chairs, but there were 15 people who were gonna eat dinner. Now I'm gonna tell you, this is a real problem my family has, because we have a lot of people who come to dinner and we never have enough chairs. So I thought it was a real problem that my family has. So the first way that I thought of solving it, I'm excited to see your ways, but I'm gonna show you 2 ways that I thought of solving this. So the first one was I just drew a table, and I color coded. I used the blue to draw the 12 chairs that were there at first. 12 chairs, and then you can see we kind of ran out of room. But that's what happens in my family, is that we run out of room. We have to stick like high chairs on the corners for all the little kids. So I counted 12, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 chairs at the table now, and then I just added black circles until I got to the right number, which was 15. There were 15 people who wanted to eat, so I had 12, and I had to go 13, 14, 15. So I had to add 3 chairs. And then I realized that was an adding sentence. 12 chairs plus 3 more gives us 15. So we need 3 more chairs so that all 15 people can sit. And then I wrote that in a sentence, I need 3 more chairs. Now the second way I thought of this is I thought, well, before we eat at my family, we usually have all the people kind of standing around and talking. So I drew all the people. I drew 15 people. So I drew groups of 5, 5, 10, 15. And then I thought, okay, well, 12 of these people have a chair. So I crossed off the 12 who already have chairs. How many are left? Those 3 people do not have a chair. And then I realized that was a subtraction sentence. 15 minus the 12 people who have chairs leaves us with 3 who still need chairs. So I used an adding sentence and a subtraction sentence to help me solve. And I saw both of them said I need 3 more chairs on this side, and these 3 people need chairs on this one. So they need 3 more. I'm excited to see your thinking and see all the awesome ways that you thought of solving this. Super excited to go back and see your work. So make sure you always do a great job. All right, so today our goal is to work on number bonds and decomposing, which means break it down. Remember if we did that in class, whenever we said decompose, it's break it down, like you're dancing. So we are going to be working with our number bonds and decomposing numbers, because this will help us with what we'll be working on in the next few days in math, okay? So if you have your math notebook or something to write in, go ahead and get that out. We'll be working with number bonds and decomposing, okay? And then you'll be doing this for your independent work, okay? So let's start with some easy numbers. Let's break it down, decompose or break down the number 18, okay? Now my favorite way to do this, there are lots of ways to do it, and you guys are really good at some of them. I like to think of how many 10s, how many 1s, okay? So here I'm gonna do something wrong, so pay attention. What do I do wrong? I see a 1 and I see an 8. So, is that right? Oh dear, because this doesn't make sense. 8 plus 1 is not 18. It'd be 8 plus 1 would be 9. So I messed up. What did I mess up here? Oh, I bet you figured it out. It's not a 1. That's a 10. 18 is made up of 8 1s and 1 10. So when we're breaking down numbers, it's really important to make sure that we know that if there's more than, if it's not 1s, if it's 10s, okay? So 18, we could break that down into 10 and 8. So 1 10 and 8 1s. Does 8 plus 10 equal 18? Yep, so we did that one right. Let's try another. Let's try a medium hard one. So go ahead and draw another number bond. This time we're going to be breaking down 28. And we can use the same strategy we used over here. 28 is the same as what? You can almost hear it. 28. 20 and 8. So we can see, we can also hear it, and we can see that 28 has 2 10s and 8 1s. So how can we write 2 10s? Remember, we don't just want to write 2 because that's not right. It'd be 2 10s is the same as, do I have my, I do. I'm going to grab my place value blocks just to help you see. 2 10s, the answer's not just 2, it's what? 2 10s is the same as, we can count every single one, but we also know 2 10s is 10, 20. So we can count 2 10s as 20, and then 8 in the ones place, that would just be 8. Is 20 plus 8, 28? Yeah, so we did that one right. All right, let's try a few more. The numbers are gonna get bigger. So that might have been easy to you, but we are gonna get bigger and bigger numbers. All right, you ready for this? Draw another number bond. This time we're gonna break apart the number 56. Okay, 56. Now let's keep using our 10s and 1s strategy. Excuse me. 56. Should we just write a 5 and a 6? No. I hope you knew that. I hope you knew that. You guys are so smart. So it's not a 5 and a 6. 56. How many 10s do we have? 5 10s, which will be the same as what number? Let's count by 10s 5 times. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So 56 is the same as 50, or 5 10s is the same as 50, and 6 1s. 50 and 6. 56. 50 plus 6 is 56. All right, let's try a couple harder ones. It's going to get harder and harder. Draw another number one. Let's do 99. That's a pretty big number. Can you solve that one? 99. Go ahead and pause your video and see if you can solve. Pause it. Okay, let's go ahead and solve it together, and this will show you if you got it right. So we have 99. How many 10s? Just 9? No. There's 9 10s, which is the same as what number? Let's count by 10s 9 times. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So I hope you wrote 90. And then how many ones? 9. 90 plus 9 is the same as 99. All right, and you might have found some other ways to do it, but today we're focusing on the breaking apart the 10s and 1s. All right, let's do 2 more challenging ones, and then you're gonna do some on your own, okay? So let's do 100s. Let's do 108. So draw a number bond. Let's break apart 108. And let's do this one together. Unless you really want to challenge yourself, you can pause the video. But if not, let's do this one together, because now we have 108. Can you kind of hear it though? We have 108. So we would have the same as how many 10s? 10 10s makes 100. Okay, let's count just to check it. Ready? 10 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So we wouldn't just write 10 down here. 10 10s is not 10. If you have 10 10s, oh, I have the cubes I can show you. 10 of these is the same as having 100. And look, you can count them. Let's count them together. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So 10 10s is the same as having 100. So when you're breaking apart numbers that are hundreds, you can take out 100. So let's take out 100 there. 100 plus how many more will give us 108? 100 plus 8. 100 plus 8 will give us 108. And you can kind of hear it when you say 108. You can hear it. 108 gives us the number 108. All right, let's do one more super tricky one, and then you're gonna solve by yourself, okay? Let's do 117. This one's pretty tricky. If you want to, you can pause the video and try to solve by yourself, and then let it keep going and see if you got it right. But we're gonna try to break apart 117. Can you hear it? Can you think of what we're gonna do? 117. I hear 100, so we can pull 100 out. 100, and how many more? 17. So for this one, I would probably break apart 100 and then break apart 17. You guys are so smart, you might figure out that you could pull out 110 and then have your 7 ones left. So you could break it apart like that as well, but I think when you get to the big numbers like that, it's easier just to do 117. There's a lot of different ways you can. Today we were just practicing the tens and the ones, listening to it and breaking it apart. And we'll be using these kinds of strategies to help us solve some problems in the next few lessons, okay? So now you are going to go and solve, I think it's like 6 problems that are number bonds. I don't think any are this big of a number. That was just a practice with us. And you're just gonna break them apart, listen to the tens and ones, and break it apart into tens and ones. And that's all you have to do. Remember, I do go back and look at your work. So make sure you do all the work and do the best you can. I will see you a little bit for writing. Bye.